In a jungle that had quietly adapted to the modern world, where drones sometimes buzzed overhead and distant city lights glowed beyond the trees, lived a small rabbit named Arlo. Arlo was not strong. He was not fast enough to outrun the foxes, nor clever enough to outwit the monkeys. But what he had was something the others didn't value: unyielding faith. Life had never been kind to Arlo. His burrow was small and poorly built, often flooding during heavy rains. While other animals had formed groups, alliances, and safe shelters, Arlo worked alone. Every day, he woke up before sunrise, digging, gathering food, and trying to improve his fragile home. The other animals watched him, whispering among themselves. "Why does he even try?" a squirrel once said. "He'll never survive the storm season," muttered a deer. Even Arlo's own family had left him behind, moving to safer grounds near the edge of the jungle where human structures offered protection. But Arlo stayed, because he believed. He believed that if he kept working, something would change. He believed that even the smallest effort mattered. He believed, despite having no proof, that his fate was not fixed. But belief is hardest to hold on to when reality keeps breaking it. One evening, a violent storm swept through the jungle. Winds howled, trees bent, and rain poured like it would never stop. Arlo ran to his burrow, only to find it collapsing under the pressure. Mud filled the entrance. His carefully built tunnels caved in within minutes. By morning, everything he had worked for was gone. Arlo stood in silence, soaked and trembling, staring at the ruins of his home. For the first time, doubt crept in. "Maybe they were right," he whispered. "Maybe I'm not meant to survive here." The jungle moved on as if nothing had happened. No one came to help. No one even noticed. Arlo was alone. That night, with no shelter, Arlo curled beneath a broken log. Hunger gnawed at him, and exhaustion weighed down his body. But something deeper hurt more: the feeling that his efforts had been meaningless. He closed his eyes and remembered his mother's voice from long ago. "Faith is not believing things will be easy, Arlo. It is believing that your effort is never wasted." He opened his eyes slowly. The storm had taken everything, but it hadn't taken his ability to try again. The next morning, Arlo stood up, not because he was strong, not because he was certain, but because he chose to believe again. This time, he worked differently. Instead of rebuilding in the same weak spot, he searched for higher ground. He observed how other animals built their shelters. He studied the direction of the wind, the flow of rainwater, the strength of tree roots. Days turned into weeks. Arlo dug deeper, reinforced his tunnels with small stones, and created multiple exits for safety. His paws bled, his body ached. There were moments when he wanted to stop, but he didn't. Each time doubt whispered, he answered with action. "I will try one more time." Another storm came. The jungle braced itself once again as dark clouds swallowed the sky. Animals rushed to their shelters, fear spreading like wildfire. Arlo entered his burrow, his new burrow, and waited. The winds roared, rain hammered the ground, the earth shook, but this time, the tunnels held. Water flowed around his home instead of into it. The reinforced walls stayed firm. His escape routes remained open. For the first time in his life, Arlo was safe. When the storm passed, the jungle revealed its damage. Many burrows had collapsed, trees had fallen, even some of the stronger animals had lost their homes. And then they noticed something unexpected. Arlo stepped out of his burrow, alive, unharmed. The same rabbit they once pitied had survived what many of them couldn't. They gathered around, confused and curious. "How did you do it?" the squirrel asked. Arlo looked at them, his tired eyes calm but steady. "I kept believing," he said simply, "even when there was no reason to." Word spread across the jungle. The little rabbit who refused to quit had changed his fate, not through strength, not through luck, but through faith backed by relentless effort. And slowly, things changed. Animals began to ask for his help. They learned from him, they respected him, but Arlo didn't change who he was. Every morning, he still woke up early. Every day, he still worked hard. And every night, he reminded himself of the same truth. Faith doesn't guarantee success, but without it, failure is certain. Moral of the story: faith changes fate, not instantly, not magically, but through the courage to keep going when everything tells you to stop.